Busted it now, marvelous. All right, let's see the buy of these two teams. As Navi will start on the T side, moving towards the bomb site, and indeed, we will see a diffuse kit on the Envy side with two towards Ivy. We'll see if they go for any fast aggression there. Only NBK, he's heard the sounds of the players coming towards B. He's going to move backwards, and Happy's going to rotate into the side as well of Apex there if needed. Na'Vi not stopping. There's no brakes on this train.
Big push indeed. Na'Vi going straight down the yard now, trying to meet the CTs and stop their approach as the bomb is now planted in the back. As we have Zeus and Edward pulling out some great kills, and it's not looking too good here for the French side. Get some peeks there from Kenny S, but he just needs to connect him with a headshot. Finally, he'll do it. Doesn't lose too much health, but there's still 3 players where that came from. And more importantly, the combo of the Molotov and the flash on Seized is basically just going to end. It would be the GG button. Even if Kiyoshima gets both kills, Seized is there to always save it. And it's going to be Seized with the frag, in fact, as Na'Vi win the round.
An important first round for the Na'Vi side. 1 round up, 1 game up. Going to hopefully see some MAC-10s coming out here. Should be useful in the close quarters to spam the French faces of the Envyus side if they are to prove successful. One will expect Envy to be going for the force. And those CZs, those P50s, those 5.7s on players such as Apex will be really handy on the A sites where they've put most of their players. All those close quarters engagements could go their way. Na'Vi perhaps reading this, going to try and avoid playing to the strengths of Envy. Currently over towards the B bomb site, but you never really know where Na'Vi are going to go until they go. Because when they go in, Dan, they go in.
So we got the push coming now as one player is close, and it's going to be MBK. The trade is immediate. Oh, that's a nice shot there at range from Kenny S. The mini sniper in that Deagle. And Apex is getting himself up close, but he's going to run out of bullets here. This is absolute madness. No idea what's happening right now. Apex and Kenny is finding a lot of kills, and now it's going to be just Guardian left with the AK-47 versus 2 players. Great snap there onto Kenny. But now Kiyoshima is left alive. He's got a scout, and only 1 bullet is required on any part of Guardian to take him out with that scout. So this is a very dangerous Kiyoshima, especially on a map like Train. Guardian can have no idea exactly where he's going to be coming from, and Kiyoshima knows that Guardian has to try and get the bomb down. The only commodity that Guardian really has going from at the moment is the time, and you can see he's taking it a little bit slower, and that is the value of that time. But here comes Kiyoshima, slowly but surely, all the way from the back of the train yard.
I was going to say, it's an opportunity for him to try and salvage one of the other weapons that may have fallen down, but he's going to opt with the range of the scout. He should probably hear that bomb going down, and now Guardian has to make the right decision here because, again, as you said, Dan, Guardian with only 40 HP, even if he gets shot in the toe, he's probably going to die in this situation. But he's managed to put himself in a nice situation where he's actually flanked Kiyoshima, unbeknownst to him. So he knows his back is safe for maybe the next 10 seconds. Kiyoshima going for the fake now is surely going to get taken down. The spray coming in. And you can see Guardian taking a sigh of relief. He didn't even want to try and aim for the 1-tap on the head. Just wanted to try and kill him with the spray as soon as possible. We saw that fail actually for Seized in the previous match on this weekend, but Guardian makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, Guardian usually he looks really pumped up, really focused, really stone cold. But there you could definitely see that, as you said, the emotion that is, the alleviance of the tension. And now he has the AWP as a reward. And what a reward, what a bounty it is. As we have Na'Vi setting up to get some pressure and some picks into the A bomb side. But it is a force buy, and they know that Envyus will be doing this. So it's all about Na'Vi just setting up the correct round to deal with these pistols.
Second round AWP, not something you see every day. Sorry, third round AWP, but this might be one of the better maps for it because of the ranges and the channels. The AK's coming in first. The UMP onto Edward. Can't get a job done onto Apex, but Apex will be traded by Zeus. He's got himself 2 frags so far. Flamey's got to be careful. Only has 3 HP, and there's still 2 players here for Envy. And who knows what might happen if they pick up themselves a gun. Flamey's going to spot, going to tag, not going to frag. And he'll have to rely on his teammates to try and keep him secure for the time being. Sees perhaps spotting ahead towards Connector. He's going to go for the plant with his teammates in position to cover this half of the bomb site. So, Envy plays on the wrong side of a choke point. What are they going to opt for? NBK, I wonder if he could be heard by Zeus. Running, indeed he can. You can see Zeus immediately 180 and going into dog, positioning himself. He's going up the ladder actually before NBK can even get into position. Going for the hunt, and NBK will hear that in return. So these two will dance around that area while Happy is in CT spawn, perhaps waiting for an exit frag, waiting to steal a gun.
Yeah, indeed, it's pretty horrible situation for Envyus. Again, you know, train kind of like Cobble in many ways. You can't really do much insofar as aggression. I mean, the play is somewhat limited. You want to be able to get. You need all the weapons and all the grenades, basically. You need to be able to slow down the T's out of choke points and make their approaches weaker through that, instead of pressure and information plays, and they're much more difficult.
I want to say really quickly, you saw Zeus holding the angle there above the Pop Dog, trying to find the NBK, but you saw Guardian took a shot through the wall, actually. Obviously, he's at risk of shooting Zeus there, but Zeus would have probably told him to just go far left. Try and bait NBK into thinking that no one's there and go for the peak. So nice little bit of teamwork there from Na'Vi.
Yeah, no, it's full save from Envyus, and this should be an easier one for Na'Vi. Of course, we do have the leftover on Happy. NBK's got a P250 in a nice position if the people of Na'Vi decide to move through Pop Dog first, but if they do decide to attack the yard, you would expect the coordination from both positions, which should eliminate any strength of NBK's position there that's forward. And I can see Kiyoshima with a bit of a spot there, and it's all a matter of time until Na'Vi decide to go in, and we have a smoke planted by Seized onto the alley position to make the CT's lives a little bit harder. They have no idea exactly what the true intentions are of Na'Vi. So here is the movement towards the inner site now from Na'Vi. This is, it appears this is where they want to finish their push, where they want to finish the round on this B site. They have the nades that they're going to be setting up to do just that. Here's some cursory smokes and flashbangs to get them onto the plants.
NBK will have heard those jumps down the stairs, so let's see if he can go for a fast flank as Na'Vi will try to push to the other end of the site. That flash is going to be perfectly timed, but Edward is just about going to survive and win that duel. The flank of NBK is cancelled out, but the one of Kenyes will be successful for a second or two. Only one player lost in that exchange for Na'Vi, so they're not going to be too worried about that. Now we should see a buy coming in for Envy. 4-0, not a good start for them.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword is very much the motto of Envyus, and the way that they decide to go with, you know, with their force buys. Some would say, you know, all in plays. They want to prioritize pressure, and even though, you know, it's against the odds a little bit, they want to just keep the pressure on at all times. And actually on the top level, I think there's a lot of arguments for that. But anyway, we have double AWP straight up from Envyus on their first big buy.
It's a double naked AWP. Neither player has any Kevlar whatsoever, so they're going to be very susceptible to nades. Hopefully for them, they'll be playing the ranged game. But if they're over towards IB, then that might be a bit dangerous. Currently, it's Kishima and Kenyes over there. Fortunately for them, there's no Na'Vi players. Unfortunately for them, the Na'Vi players are concentrating towards B, where there's only NBK playing once again. We have seen him, though, already playing close up with teammates covering him. Kenyes has been a great help in that regard. Happy on AWP. Hopefully he can do the same.
A good nade set up by NBK, but he's in a really awful position. Somehow gets a 1 versus 1. Cannot withstand the aggression of Edward, though, as he charges down the yard. Nice shot there onto Happy, as Edward goes for another engagement. Apex comes into the fray, though, to deal with him. And now it's a 3 versus 3. Nade sailing into the back, and that's going to find a bit of damage there onto Flamey. But these positions are now taken up in towards the secret area by Na'Vi. They want a really strong setup. They do have a Molotov, but no, the Molotov player's down. Great approach coming in here, but Zeus is exploding back into the bomb site to deal with these oncoming CT players of the French side as that bomb ticks away, and Kenyes needs to hit this shot, but no! He misses the shots, and he might not get another opportunity there. This is way too difficult, way too much time has been expended in this engagement, and Kenyes is going to have to try to retreat and save the AWP, as Zeus knows now that his job has been done.
The AWP goes into the next round. Looking at the face of Guardian in the pistol round, look at him now, he is enjoying himself. They are all having a jolly in the Na'Vi booth, whereas Envy, the pressure has to be mounting. They still have 0 on the scoreboard at the moment. On the CT side, this is a disaster. Their economy is in a disastrous situation as well. How can they stop the rots? They've gone for the force. Apex has 1,000 in the bank, as Happy has 1,500, so they've got a limited amount of nades, and it seems that Na'Vi perhaps going for a fast break. NBK will have heard a number of people coming in his direction. Again, It's NBK and Happy on the B bomb site. They don't have the range advantage to cover NBK that they would if KennyS was in position, as we have seen him previously when they played Train.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how Envyus develop from this point forward, because they're actually losing a lot of rounds already, and NBK's not had the best setups to do solo B with. Either way, we're going to see now a camera, floaty cam, towards the alley area, which there will be a challenge on, and Kiyoshima does have the angle. There's a bait lasers. Play set up, potentially by Seas and Flamey. Get one to jump across, and the peak can come in. Cursory grenades thrown over as well. That's a double peek, in fact, using the dumpster there. And boom, there it is. Great pick there for Na'Vi, and now they can initiate the mid-round play.
That caused a bit of a rotation from Happy, but he's not going to commit all the way out of the B-bomb site. Again, saw Na'Vi the previous round, they all bombed it towards the B-bomb site, then eventually went for the push. This time they did the same, but then moved away, trying to make Envy over-rotate. He's going to charge through the Molotov, but is he going to catch the player? He just about is. Apex with a flashbang, doesn't get it out in time, and down the Envious players goes. Again, this was a force by them. They haven't got a single frag. NBK's left all alone in the B-bomb site. The guy who's the first line of defense in the B-bomb site is the last line of defense in this round, soon to be dispatched of as well. Can Envy keep the temperament? Can they keep their focus?
Yeah, it really seems like momentum is strongly with Na'Vi at the moment. And the worrying thing, I would say, for Envyus as well is that the players of Na'Vi, I mean, usually, it's like one or two players that are, playing well. Maybe it's your Guardian and Flamey, depending on the map, or your Guardian and your Edward. Always Guardian, of course. But at the moment, everyone from Na'Vi is actually playing really well. So this is going to be tough to stop. There's no doubt about that. But we do have a bit of a quasi-buy here for Envyus. They really need damage here. Oh, not quite able to pull the trigger a second time. NBK out of the picture as Guardian picks up the frag. And 5 versus 4 now as Na'Vi know what they're up against. Just some pistols.
One down, 4 to go. See if they can bowl the rest of them into the back. Many Molotovs on the Na'Vi side to help them with their approach. Guardian just going for a bit of a dirty peek, but his positioning is good. Not revealed himself to Happy just yet. Almost teasing an elbow, an arm. Going for it now, and he finds the frag. Not even touched. 2 kills for Guardian so far. Holding an angle towards Connector now. Double peek with Edward there in position as well. That smoke coming down from the CTs will allow them to get into position, but they don't have much to offer really. Kiyoshima alone with the Deagle and not much else. Running through the smoke. Burst fire to finish him off. Insult to injury, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, that's just looking so strong. And I mean, one thing there is like how calm Edward was in some of these initial engagements. Like, he missed his first burst or two with the AK, but he so calmly just repositions his reticle and just gets to the frag. It's very calm and confident from Na'Vi at the moment. Envyus, we know that they can bring it back pretty hardcore whenever, if they get the opportunity to do so, and now could be one of those opportunities. Double up again. Can they make it work this time?
Back on the buy, back with the nades, back with the double orbs. The French side, Na'Vi been playing a good game with double peaks, looking to trade worst case scenario. The similar setups coming here towards Ivy. Will Kiyoshima go for the peak once again? He's got smokes, he's got HEs, he's going to play the safe game now. And that's such a deep smoke that they can throw nades behind it. NBK has been taken down with a P250. Seas has been solid so far in this tournament, and that is not a good start for Envy. Down to 2 orbs and M4, they can get a lot of work done with these, but if Na'Vi go for a fast push together, they might not have the versatility with the orbs to stop a rush into the site, and they don't have the numbers anymore. Happy and Apex. Na'Vi charging towards a 0-8. Guardian with the shoulder peek there. Happy unable to punish. Nothing's working for Envy. Are we going to get a tactical pause in soon?
I mean, it's really weird. I mean, for example, let's just look at that kill from Guardian onto Happy just there. What is Happy thinking? Jumping straight, like just a straight jump. It's the angle where, he just had an orb. I don't know if that's okay, if you accidentally press jump, if he really meant to do it like that, but he's going to have a lot of hang time, and Guardian's one of the fastest guns in the West.
He fell off the coil. He can't get back up there unless he jumps, but does he jump up back up
yeah,
there?
but you should never do that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you've got Guardian there.
But it's Happy, that's what he does. He has W, there's no D.
Well, the interesting thing is that previously it was the defensive prowess of Apex and NBK, which were the two big performances that really vaulted
Dan,
the Envyus lineup.
There's no S, because D would send him to the right there, but S is backwards. There's no S. I'm sure there is a D. I'm not going to check myself.
You just wanted to say D.
Not going to check myself, of course.
Either way, I mean, what do you think? What do you interpret this to be? Do you interpret this just to be a bit of a breakdown within Envyus, or do you think it's just it's mostly about how well Na'Vi are playing and the fact that they've not given many opportunities so far for Envyus?
I think it's easy to say that the team who are losing are failing all the time, right? That's the go-to. That's the easy one. Not to say that's not the case, but what I'm focusing on is the way Na'Vi are working together. Like with 2 rounds in a row, we've basically seen the same double peak. Towards Ivy, for example. It worked the first time. Kishima tried to adjust the second time, then sees, kill someone through the smoke. There's not a lot you can do about that.
That's one of those things that just like happens, doesn't it? It's just, well, what do I do? I mean, you can't really do anything against that. That's just luck of the draw.
I mean, for me, like the smoke was so deep that I think it would be worth throwing a HE if there was one, because they have such limited time to deal with it that you might get some value out of that. But again, you can get shot through the smoke while throwing that HE. So. What do Envy change? I mean, you saw them try on Cobblestone to aggressively take the main, for example, towards the plateau, and so I want to try and cut off parts of the bomb site. I don't know how much they can really do with that. Maybe we'll see them trying to push through T-main on this map. Like often you see people try and control it with smokes and flashes, but sometimes you see people, put a guy in there, which will make things harder for Guardian. We've seen him AWPing from that position before, so. For the rounds where they do have some utility on their CT side, perhaps they can get a pop flash in there and try and put someone in there. I wouldn't recommend going up pop, because that's probably going to end up in death more times than not.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard call at this point, but we're about to see the action. And back to the booth. And back to the action. We have the Cozy buy from Envyus again. They're on a max loss bonus, of course. And here we go, bit of damage in. Apex with a fast frag onto Flamey, the trade. And it's actually kind of hard for Na'Vi to get out of the yard. And Edward making a difference, though. He's able to give a lot of space to his team, as now Guardian is now unleashed, let out of the gates, uncaged. And he is ruthless. MBK, though, fighting back for a moment, picking up the AK. Unfortunately, there were no bullets, and that sucks. But he will be able to do a bit of damage, but he will go down. And, well, that's kind of how the round was always going to go.
Even though Envy are 0 to 9 down, they're still giving themselves, the high 5 slaps, trying to keep the good spirits in the booth, which is important, and that's good to see. So no tactical pause just yet. Got the full buy coming in, the double ups again. So let's see if they're going to go and try and take a bit of aggression, but they're not going to be given the chance, because Na'Vi are going to have 2 people out of A main immediately, and that's an angle where generally the CTs can get a peek on there from connector first. But there we go, Happy getting the first kill. Kishima moving into position. May not know that there's somebody just around the corner though. Flamey, can he punish? Na'Vi are 2 men down here, but there are very heavily tagged players on the CT side, and there's one of those nades I'm talking about in the reverse direction, but it does the job for Na'Vi.
Yeah, so Na'Vi need to get out of the yard now. They're going to try to do so. As he's trying to entry, shut down by Kiyoshima. And that's going to be an issue. The bomb can't get out of the choke point too easily there. Flamey is going to get the support from Seized, but Seized's efforts are put to a halt. As now Flamey tries to work his magic, but being 1 versus 3 is not easy on this bomb site, or any bomb site.
Have a look at his money though. He's got 10,000 in the bank, so absolutely worth him trying to do as much damage as possible. Even with that kill, NBK has 3.5k in the bank, so you can see the economical difference between these 2 teams now. If Na'Vi win this round, Envy's loss bonus gets reset. They get 1,400 on top of whatever money you're seeing here, which means life is going to suck, Dan. They're going to have no ketchup on their hot dogs, no relish on their bratwurst.
I mean, dare I say that if they lose this round, then if they get reset,
there will be no cheese in a baguette, Dan.
Yeah. Sans fromage.
Foie gras will be a myth.
So here we go. Let's see if Envyus can bring themselves back into this. They have to. This is a must-win round if they get reset. Na'Vi are going to have such an insane advantage on rounds. It's going to be almost impossible for Envyus to come back. Now, again, as James mentioned, you've seen the double peek. You can't see on the camera, but on the minimap, there's a double peek going on towards the alley once again. And it has been a dynamic that now Envyus have decided to say, okay, we're going to send Kenny S now to do that job. So they've made an adaptation in positioning to try to account for this. And Na'Vi aren't finding anything on alley just yet. And it has been a bit of a gold mine for them for early round advantages previously. But Envyus with their passive play are going to be forcing Na'Vi to just make a play soon because they're Na'Vi running out of time.
Na'Vi running out of time is the perennial story. It is the law of the Na'Vi side. Just starting to emerge through Ivy, trying to get a pick, but Envy are not giving them the picks. And there we go, Kiyoshima playing close to main, which could be important. Edward holding an angle there, 30 seconds left as Na'Vi start to emerge. Have Envy identified what the plan is here? You've still got Happy deep in the B bomb site. They have no idea what's going on. And look at Caesar's position. Down goes Kenny. Yes, is there a trade? There's no trade. 3 players down. The entire A side is open. And Na'Vi have done it. 15 seconds left. The bomb's surely going to go down. The choke point is smoked off. And Envy indeed will have no cheese for their baguette stand.
Okay, so Na'Vi, they put everything up to chance. They just Na'Vi things, right? They, as you said, they leave it to have like 15 seconds left to plant the bomb, and by the time they plant the bomb, there's like 10 seconds left. What if one of those players dies and the bomb gets just a little bit delayed? That's the round over.
Welcome to Na'Vi, buddy.
But
Welcome to Na'Vi.
They just get 3 immediate kills. What happened for Envyus to not be able to even make good of one of those engagements? That's crazy.
For those of you who don't have any cheese for your baguettes at home, a good alternative is honey on top of some butter. So do with that what you will.
Blech.
In the meantime,
sounds horrendous.
Envyus are going to have 2 rifles from what little money they had on top of that loss bonus.
Wow. The
So
smoke is gangster.
5.7s, indeed it is. It stops them from being able to peek that position, but NBK is smart enough to react, and the trades are going the way of the CTs despite their limited utility. They've got a man advantage here. We'll see if they can pick up a rifle a bit later on. The bomb is down, and Happy's willing to just stand here and hold the angle. He might have a double peek at the same time. He's going to go down to Guardian. Advantage to Na'Vi. Only Kiyoshima remains, and we are looking at a whitewash first half there.
Yeah. No, wow. Nice shots by Kiyoshima. Can he get the last? No. It's going to be seized. Picking up that kill. Kiyoshima trying to do something incredible, but stopped at the last hurdle. And now it's going to be, as you said, a pretty damn crazy strong half for Na'Vi. There's no way they're not going to be finishing on like 12 or 13 rounds at this point. And oh my goodness, of course, the T side is a little bit easier, but is it this kind of deficit easier? I wouldn't say so. Another force up from Envyus. They're just trying to get rounds posted now. They don't care about their buy anymore.
Indeed, there's no turning back for them now. They have to buy. They have to spend like they won the lottery. They definitely haven't, looking at what they have in the bank. Guardian up close. It's going to finish NBK with no emotion. And it's another round where we're seeing Envy eliminated 1 by 1. They've got 1 kill so far. We can't count them out based on what Kiyoshima did in the previous round. Almost getting the round for his team. 1 round would double the score of Envy, which is a pretty sad sight when we're on round 13. You can hear the support for the Na'Vi players. Down goes Kiyoshima. Kenny S, is he soon to follow? Shallow graves for the Envy players on train.
This crowd is very hyped for Na'Vi. Nice.
That
Na'Vi
jumper is
over
far
there.
too big for that guy.
It is, isn't it? Maybe he's wearing. Maybe he likes to wear loads of stuff under it, James.
We may never know
in which
that.
case it would be suitable.
12-1. We will see what Envy have to offer us in terms of weaponry. Kiyoshima limited down to a scout. Again, the 5.7s, the CZs on the Envy side. They said they had a new approach, but it seems to have been figured out very quickly by Na'Vi.
Na'Vi just winning all their, like every engagement just goes their way, all the important ones. Because the important ones are the ones that give you the positioning and take space away from the other team. Those are the important kills. That's what an entry kill generally is going to refer to, entering into an area. So here we go. Yes, going very close with that 5-7. Gets caught by the sprayer. Sees once again this guy proves that he is the king of the smoke kills.
I'm fairly certain he would have heard that nade collide with Kenny S and give the game away there for Kenny. Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it's a really, really tough ask now for Envyus. Do they take a risk? Do they just sit tight? That's the problem with Train. You can't really easily push as the CTs. And boom, quick flash. Sees, delivers Kiyoshima from this world. Sends him straight to the next. And right now, James, it looks like, unless Envyus can scrap together something in this round, they're going to have an unceremonious exit to this best of 3, more so than Zinedine Zidane.
Na'Vi have no answer. Sorry, Envy have no answer for the coordination of Na'Vi, and they, the way things are going now, they can't afford any answers. They have one rifle per round at the moment. It is a dire situation indeed. Almost every Na'Vi player is basically on 16k at the beginning of the round, just topping up on the nades, with the odd person who goes down having to rebuy. So we're into the last round. Envy with a UMP, 2 FAMASs and 2 Deagles. They have quite a reasonable amount of nades on this occasion, but can they use them for any aggression? Again, you've got Apex moving towards main. Now this is the kind of positioning that could have benefited them a long time ago, but again, Na'Vi have often been very fast out of main. When there's an AWPer, for example, with a good position on the CT side, they get the angle from connector into main faster than the Ts can get there, but these things haven't been able to pay off here for the Envy side, as they have been devoid of finance, devoid of rounds, devoid of victory.
Absolutely. MBK is trying to do so much with so little. He's trying to play risky and trying to catch his opponents off guard with how he decides to position himself. But it's a lot to ask, and he's going to go for just a little bit of a pop flash information play, as Na'Vi are playing this really slowly. I mean, that is Na'Vi in a nutshell, indeed. But yeah, the push is brewing, and it's about to be ready as Flamey will initiate the proceedings into the A side of the map.
Kiyoshima's doing what he can. Another 2 quick frags for him. We've seen that before. So Envy might come out with the last round. Yeah, the bomb's gone down as well. There's half a minute for Zeus to find 4 players, and he has got 3 people picking him at the same time, trying to use the doors to do what he can, but he is going to be eliminated. 2 rounds on the board for Envy. If they get the pistol, then perhaps something can be done. I do believe NBK was looking at some demos before and took some notes on his phone, which is probably what he's looking up now, to see what the plan is for the second half. They must win a pistol down, otherwise there's going to be a celebration, bitches, in Minsk.
Yeah, look how happy. Na'Vi got to be careful, because Guardian's smiling a lot. I don't want that to be the smile of a player that thinks he's already won before the penny is dropped.
Envy are a team who are never beaten. Oh, that... the cameraman on the stage, who's on one of those wheelie things, is scaring me because he's going right to the edge of the stage.
I don't know how he does that.
I thought he was going to be no more.
And he goes backwards all the time as well, on the stage. It's insane.
He is all over the shop.
It's crazy.
He is all over the shop. So the kills are quite well spread out on the CT side here. Everybody contributing, but again, the coordination of Na'Vi has had no answer from Envy. But the countdown is beginning. I'm sure the crowd are going to get hype again once we get into the second half. Again, this is must win. Pretty much every round. I think the next 10 rounds, 8 to 10 rounds, are all must win for Envy.
Okay, well, it's the pistol time. It is pistol time. Na'Vi playing as pretty much everyone plays a CT pistol. There's not too much variation you go with on this map. And it's all about Envyus' approach. They've got a couple of players towards Ali, a couple on Pop Dog, one on team main. So it looks like a triple-pronged attack into the A bomb site, with the bomb making its way from Pop Dog. Now, for Na'Vi, it's all about connecting those long-range headshots and stopping the Glocks from closing the distance. That's where the Glocks are strong. Let's see if Na'Vi can pull it off.
Potential triple peek coming in. That meaty smoke to deny Zeus. Also, to isolate any crossfire, we're going to have a procession of Envy players. It's going to be a B split. They're going to just surpass all of these players on the A bomb site, and then the rotation is going to be a bit weird unless Na'Vi can get there fast enough. NBK and Kenyesto with 2 super fast frags. The bomb is still lurking towards B bomb site, so Na'Vi don't really know exactly what shenanigans are going on, but they're banking, or what's left of them banking on it being a B play here. There's another flank coming in, and Na'Vi are all over the place at the moment. Not really sure what's going on. The Guardians made it a 2 versus 1. Gets himself a little solo engagement. Sorry, it's 2 versus 2. Zeus coming in here for support now. Guardian down to 1 HP. Zeus has a kit. There's no molly on the T's here, despite one going upper. Kishima's dueling on his own at the moment. That might not work out for him. Zeus is chasing. Where is Guardian in the meantime, though? Zeus running out of bullets now, down to 13 HP. Guardian found the frag onto Kishima. Zeus can go for the defuse, but can Guardian make the engagement? Happy is positioned to take down Zeus first, and there's a headshot. They haven't done it. They had such a good start to that pistol round, but Nav, you've taken control.
That engagement by Apex, I mean, that should have been a shut-up from the position that Envyus had. They had won that round. That was a 1 round. It was thrown away with some poor engagements, and Apex was the prime amongst those over by Connector. He has such a strong position, and now it's going to be very difficult for Envyus because they have just been put to a position where they have to win the force buy. I mean, again, it is Envyus. And if there's going to be a team that's in that position, you can like their chances the most. But against an RV who are on fire as they are right now,
to have such a strong advantage and lose that pistol.
Yeah,
I saw signs of defeat in the NV booth.
Yeah,
it's hard. How could you not? I mean, at this point, it's got to be natural. But again, if they can get things back here, if they can get some momentum in their favor, then those moods could change once again. Never over until it's over with the NV side. I don't know if there's a team you can say that more for in Counter-Strike.
Oh, yeah. And we have some pre-nades here from Na'Vi. So they're actually going to be using most of their grenades already. But the other key thing is that Guardian's on the AWP straight away again. That's kind of nuts, to have that AWP out so incredibly quickly. And Envy's just waiting and just waiting and waiting. Eventually they'll go for an execute on the yard. We're about to see some of the nades be thrown over. I believe they have a lot of smokes to play with. They've got 4 smokes, a Molotov, bunch of flashes. And what they need to be able to do is not only get the bomb down, but of course they have to win the round. So they need to be able to put themselves in positions where they force CTs to move, which is getting the bomb down, and secondly, close the distance with those pistols.
They need to get as close as possible. They need the one tap. They've got the aim. They just need the range, and it's starting to move into that range. And here we go. Guardian is going to be a problem, though. He's on the site. He's looking for Happy's position now. Edward on the actual site itself. It's going to help. 2 headshots for the T side, though. They're not out of this just yet. There's Apex with another one. Picks up an M4 now. Down to a 2 versus 2. Some wild spray through the smoke, and Flamey coming in for the flank. He might find Apex here. He's going to get the angle very quickly, leaving Happy in a weird position. He's behind the smoke, running out of bullets. Got a chance to reload now. Flamey is 1 dig away. Oh, no, he's not. Down to 7 HP. Happy, next bullet might win. Although Flamey will need a headshot here. He doesn't have the HP. He'll get the spray. Happy misses the shot. 2 massive chances for Envy have both gone down. And we might be at the end of the road here.
Another spot where Happy made the right play. Just couldn't connect that bullet. He only had 1 shot. 1 opportunity. But it didn't happen, and Envyus, it seems like generally to be the trend for them here against Na'Vi. Na'Vi just a little bit more lucky, a little bit better in this series so far. And now on Envyus, again, of course, they have to force buy. It is match points, series points here. Na'Vi would be moving forwards in the tournament to those juicy finals. Now, what is Envyus going to be planning here? Looks like they are just going to go with fast play into the yard again, just get the nades in, and once again, it's the same. It can be a very similar round as last.
There is good news for Envy in that the AWP did not survive the previous round, but that might be a spotted bomb. Indeed it is. Look at the rotation of the CT players. They're all gravitating towards that bomb like a magnet. And the Envy players are all together now, but that might not work because they're up against the rifles. Apex and Kenyesto doing what they did in the previous round, but can they get more done? Zeus almost gets a 2-man. He's still alive here. He's got multiple opponents, so down to C's now. 15 HP versus NBK and Kishima. They've both got helmets, so it's not going to be easy. And Seized has been heard by Kishima, who's just going to hold an angle now. Bit of shoulder peeking going on there. That's going to give NBK time to plant the bomb. Kishima coming down. Envy must win every single round. or they are out, left in a cold mince to walk around in the snow.
Envyus were drowning in that round, but Kiyoshima dived into the water like Hasselhoff, saved all of them with those deagles shots of his, because that was just sublime stuff, and it's going to give them another opportunity, but they're playing for an overtime in which they need to win 12 rounds in a row to achieve.
Another
That's
factor
ridiculous.
for Envy now is a psychological one, something we saw with Cluj as well. When one team started to get close towards victory, the crowd started standing outside the booth, and they're doing that right now. There are about 100 fans standing in front of both Na'Vi and Envyus' booths. So you have to wonder, they hear the death knell, and Zeus is going to go down to the flames. We've lost 2 players here for Envy. C's almost taking down a player through the smoke there. Only down to C's now. I say only, but he has got himself quite a few kills already this map. But those shots will reveal his position. Bomb gets planted safe. Down to 10 HP now, and Envy should get another round in the bag here. Kiyoshima just about doing it. Surviving with 3 players. Maniac needs to keep them motivated now, needs to keep their minds in the right place, needs to keep their focus on their screens, not the people standing outside the booth waiting for that 16th round.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they want to make it the longest wait those fans have ever had in their lives, these French players. But the problem is that they don't have any time to work out how the defense is. All that preparation MBK's done, that's going to have to be golden. And it looks like Na'Vi will go for an aggressive play up alley. It's going to miss the mark this time around, and that's going to be good news for Envyus, because it's a full eco for Na'Vi, so there's no real value apart from just the $300 bonus for a kill in even killing the players. So the bomb goes down, and it should be pretty clean here for Envyus. Again, they don't have to go for kills. They don't have to go for that risk. And there's an AK given away to Zeus. How much more damage can be done?
They went for a pretty solid eco here, the CTs, so they should have good money. Worst case scenario would be if Kenyas loses his AWP to the CTs here. I don't know if his current position to save is safe, but he can run to the other side of the B-bomb site and save over there. Does he have time, however? I don't know. We will see. Is he going to survive? I'm sure he knows better than I do. He's still standing there. Indeed, he's okay, but they're still being hunted by CTs, and we may not see the result of that. I think they are okay. So, Na'Vi, I expect, will be on the buy now. We will see what they have to offer. And again, curious to see if they're going to try and control the main position, get some smokes down there, some flashbangs, or if they'll choose to be passive towards the back of the A area.
Yeah, the double AWP out of Na'Vi is going to be pretty, it could be very, very damaging. Now, Envyus going for a fast play. There's the first shot. It will land onto Kiyoshima. That's him out of the rounds, sent to the bench.
They took that fast connected position looking into main that we didn't see from Envy, and it's paid off for them straight away, but the trades are coming in here for Apex down to 4 versus 4. The site's split in half at the moment.
Yeah, 3 players here for Na'Vi. They're stuck behind these choke points. So he's going to burst out of one, taking down MBK in the process, but still the rest of his teammates, they're kind of locked away. They're going to have to go a long way around. But the bomb only just now planted. Now Envyus looking to try to get some safe positions, but sees to actually catch Apex before he can move to a safe. Whoa, what was that? What a play there from Cease. What a snap from the AWP. That was phenomenal work, and that's going to make a massive difference. Now Happy has to clutch 1 versus 3, or Na'Vi will move forwards to the finals, and Envyus will be eliminated on map 2 between these two sides as the defuse comes in. And can Happy get the spray? Oh, just about, but he's going to go down in the process, and Na'Vi.
Have they got time? Have they got time?
They don't. There's no kit.
Oh, it's going to be a close one.
Looks good.
Extra 5 seconds.
Boom,
and
there it is.
Do it. 16 rounds. The bomb goes off on the stage regardless. But it's definitely Na'Vi who have taken the match there. Envy are going home. They're not moving an inch in the booth at the moment. Got to be a bit shell-shocked to the scoreline there.